Hi everyone, I'm Cai Ru, and I'm come from China, Nanjing Normal University. Nice to meet you. This is my honor to be here, take part in this virtual conference, Education as Relating. And let's begin my report. My report topic is the theory and practice of rational school leadership in China. And I'm a PhD candidate of Nanjing Normal University, and this research is all helped by my doctor supervisor, Zhang Xinping professor, and he is also the president of Taos China Research Institute. Yes, this is my contents. Now I will introduce why I choose this topic to start my research. And then here is 3 core points about my research about relational school leadership. The first is the conceptual formation of rational school leadership, and the second is the structural elements of relational school leadership. And the second is the action pathways of rational school leadership. And then here is a conclusion. Okay, let's begin. Why I choose this topic because about 5 years ago I get started with relation through 2 conferences. In 2017, as a student of Nanjing Normal University, I was fortunate to witness the establishment of Taos China Research Institute and listened to Professor Gergin's report about social construction from deep roots to the flooring of today. And then in 2019, as a volunteer, I was responsible for the promotion of 2019 annual Social Constructionism in China seminar, and I knew more about relational being. And then in 2020, I take part in the course of educational leadership taught by my supervisor, Professor Zhang, and read a series of books on social constructionism. Then I got inspiration about the study from the discovery. Those some pictures about Taos China. Okay, my key words is relational school leadership. And then the first core point is the conceptual formation of relational school leadership. This point include two aspects. The first is reflections on the Chinese educational phenomena, and the second is inspiration from relational being. Okay, the first is about reflections on the Chinese educational phenomena. There also include the following 3 aspects. The first is involution. Involution also appears in education field, and the education ecology in China is destroyed, and the school's vitality is not strong. Involution is disorderly, meaninglessly, worthlessly, and chaotic competition. Education involution effect refers to the continuous increase in teaching labor input within the education system to obtain performance growth, but the teaching efficiency and results have not been significantly improved. And the second aspect is teachers have a sense of job burnout and are dissatisfied with their work. And the second aspect is about students. Under single evaluation standard, students are overburdened with academic, impaired civic and mental heresy development. Young Chinese reject rate rise, imbalance lying flat. Even though even some people have whole heart disease. Okay, face those educational phenomena in China. I have some inspiration from relational being. Relational being is about the individual relational being relational being thinks that individual rationality is not the root of human behavior, but the produce of relation. And the relational leadership zero is about it is one kind of leadership zero different from traditional leadership. Traditional leadership means that leadership is an inherent trait and of an individual, while relational leadership refers to the ability to actively participate in relational and effectively build the future. What matters is not a single individual, but the relation full of life. It makes sense to replace traditional leadership with rational leadership. Traditional leadership emphasizes individual characteristics, while relational leadership pays more attention to the process of generating, maintaining, weakening, or creating meaning, and the expectations, motivations, risks, certifications, and actives of organization members are derived from those processes. The logical relation between relational being and relational leadership and relational school leadership in the picture our PowerPoint right. Okay, here is the second core point in my research. It is the structure it is the structural elements of relational school leadership. It also include the three connotation elements and the 4 process elements. Okay, in detail, the connotation elements. Leadership, as the Ogawa said, leadership is not embedded in a specific role, but in the actual relation. The social constructionism with relation being as the core point of view provide a new theoretic and perspective and practical pathway for solving the above dilemmas in China. Based on this, first of all, we put forward the relational school leadership, which is a kind of advocacy advocacy of the include educational leadership concept about multi-subject co-action, confluence of relation. It is believes that educational leadership is a relational construction and principals, teachers, and students can all have leadership behaviors. In detail, the relational principal leadership, it is the influence of the principal's knowledge, abilities, and volunteers that are full of relational thinking in the school leadership process. The relational teacher leadership, it is the influence of teachers' knowledge, abilities, and values that are full of relational thinking in the process of participating in school management, teaching, and teacher-student interaction. Then, the relational student leadership. It is the embodiment of students' relational thinking in the intelligence, personality, values, and a series of interpersonal skills, problem-solving ability, and tacit knowledge related to the leadership situation. Okay, the process elements. As the jargon said, if one is committed to creating a positive future, one's attention should only be concerned with relational pathways. We our research put forward those 4 process elements for relational school leadership. The first one is building a discourse system. Those should transfer bound to unbound, transfer individual first to relation first, transfer adapt to innovate, transfer build structure to participating process, and so on. And the second process element is promoting positive dialogue. Relational leaders are good at using many members to inquiry and listen, and to pay attention to the formation of relation connections in communication. The third process element is collective decision-making. Involved as many members as process in decision-making to promote conservations that inspire collective meaning, value, and motivation, because members would support what they are correct. The last process element is advocating relational evaluation. The focus of the evaluation is on the cooperative relation between members, emphasizing how we work together instead of confusing on individual competition. Those 4 process elements are the specific method of relational school leadership practice, which must exist in any leadership subject and any cycle of participation. Okay, the last key point in our research is the action pathways of relational school leadership. Here include 3 aspects. The first is encouraging educational narrative. Parents, teachers, students, and parents record together, participate together, and strengthen positive connections. In China, They use the different forms of record, audio, and video pictures act to promote the exchange of information and ideas. For example, mobile phone software such as Soft Video, WeChat public platform can record and share positive events that are happening at any time. Okay, the second is promoting meaningful and distinctive events that have occurred and are happening in the school to enhance the image and the things of identity of the school community. Some schools in China reflect those through the school anniversary celebration, the school history museum, and lectures of outstanding alumni, and the exhibition of outstanding deeds. There, I show some pictures in China schools. Okay, the last pathway is engaging in appreciative inquiry. Okay, the first is for principles. Appreciative inquiry is a school reform path marked by focusing on advantage and positive energy. Here is a case from China, Miss Xu. He is a principal of a school in Jiangsu province, and he uses appreciative inquiry to reform the schools and make a good change. And the second, for the teachers, appreciative inquiry teaching reform from the perspective of teacher relational leadership can improve school curricular reform. Here is also a case from China. It is by Miss Hua. She is a teacher for primary school. They too are use 4D process of appreciative inquiry to do some reform in the schools, their classroom, and make a good change in the school. So this is some situation in China school. Okay, the last pathway is promoting cross-border cooperation and dialogue. That is all mean that here is a soft margin, which we can break in the boundary. First, breaking the hierarchy boundary in the school management process. And the second is breaking individual boundaries and subject boundaries in the teaching process. And the last, also breaking the boundaries of grades in the process of students' cooperation. Here is some detailed actions. Okay. There are differences in the size of relationship role of different subjects, and they will also change due to change in the context on different paths of practice. When different subjects in current different situation act on different process and choose different careers, various leadership relation will coverage and combined to form different models of relational school leadership. This is more conducive to give the school management action creativity and possibility. Therefore, the action pathways of relational school leadership has unlimited possibilities in specific situations. Okay, here is those are some theoretic and practical experience of Chinese practicing relational school leadership in China. Okay, conclusion. Relational leadership has been practiced in many fields, but in the fields of school leadership, the practitioners of relational leadership cannot only be the principal, but also take into account the too large number of teachers and students in the school field. Only they working together can the school's relational leadership be formed. Our research process relational school leadership, a more distributed leadership concepts, which can help to create a positive education ecology. Stimulate school vitality and provide a new direction for the overall development of students. Okay, that's all. Thank you for your listening. I am Cai Ru, come from China, and here is my email address. If you have any question or other interesting ideas want to communicate with me, please email me. And thank you very much. Welcome to China, welcome to Nanjing. See you. Bye-bye.